What's up guys, I'm Sean and welcome to Low Battery. There's not many games out there that have broken me quite like Hollow Knight. Now Jared's already talked about Hollow Knight before in the channel, and we agreed at the time that it wasn't a good teacher when it came to rage. It introduced topics poorly, it moved too quickly, and it wasn't really rewarding when you won certain battles. It felt bittersweet when you won. But then I saw that it popped up on the PlayStation Plus catalog, and Jared mentioned he didn't want to try it, so I decided to try it for myself again. Now here's why that story was important. The last time I tried it was on the Switch. I thought that I was going to have the exact same experience on the PlayStation, full of rage, frustrating battles, lag, and I was completely wrong. So I finished Hollow Knight. I've heard great things about Hollow Knight over the years, but I never really understood it at the time. I reserved judgment until I finished the game, and now that I have, I gotta say, I kinda get it. So I may be a bit late to Hollow Knight, but I still got here before Silksong, so I wanted to go back and answer the question, is Hollow Knight still a good game after all of these years? First, I think it's important that we talk about the art style. It is absolutely incredible. Usually when you see kind of a cartoony game, a lot of people's first instinct is to go, oh, it's for kids. But really, when you look at this, you can look at the characters and how they are all uniquely stylized. I loved looking at the backgrounds personally. Nothing that you can interact with, but at times they would move around or they would interact with certain elements. They could even give you hints as to where you were. The control is also incredible. It was not on the Switch, but on the PlayStation, it was very well done. I never had a moment where I doubted if I could make a jump because I knew exactly how far I could jump and what to do if I couldn't get to a certain spot. Exploration is easy and nice as well, and it's not hand-holdy or impossible even. When you look at the map, there are plenty of symbols and markers, and you can even go to the store to buy more if you want exploration to be even easier. It also helps that the map doesn't have to be insanely big. Granted, when you look at the full map, absolutely it can be huge, but you don't have to travel to every single place in order to beat the game, and I think that really stood out for me. Now for the fun part where I get to complain about the game a little bit. I have never been a fan of Metroidvanias. It's just kind of been confusing as to why you have to backtrack all the way there or that you can lose your stuff. Granted, I wouldn't mind backtracking if I knew there wasn't a risk, but in the game, there kind of was a penalty for dying. But that's not against Hollow Knight, that's just Metroidvanias. They're just not really my type. It makes sense why everyone's really excited for Silksong now though. The story is simple if you make it, but you can dig deeper into its story and figure out everything by collecting certain artifacts or going to different lands, or looking at a game theory episode if you want, I don't know. If anything, I feel like I learned that it's good to give certain games another chance and learn about where these games are best played on. Sometimes it might work best on a different device than you originally think. But what do you think? Does Hollow Knight still hold up after nearly a decade? Yeah, it came out that long ago, 2017. Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't get me wrong though, I still think that Soulmaster boss was the most annoying. Made it hard to chase the chaos with him in the rest of the game. And Soulmaster? What, he steals souls? Nothing steals energy quicker than this camera.